Good morning. Testing, testing.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, it's not. No, they just came in. Other new folks. Good, 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 good.
Celebrate that it's there. Yeah. Think of it coming back early. Woo-hoo. My menopause days and my hair that's been straight my entire life. Parts of my hair have woo-hoo. I didn't make any reservations. Kelly and I, and also Tony on medication are on blush. Okay. We're taking, okay, already. Howdy! Whoop, whoop,
everything's amazing what they do. I mean, they go right to the sort of like the tip of that kind of thing. They give you right there. And he was addicted to it. He was we'd have to give him a hamburger and take one of the blender. And I said, oh, this is from Burger King. It's just the same, you know. He said, it doesn't taste the same. I said, that's what you want. My brother just died yesterday, and he's, you know, he just. In the end, it's
1
Good morning, everyone. So nice to see you out there. Welcome to our Unity service this morning. I'm happy to be here, and I hope you are too. Will you join me for an opening prayer? Dear God, thank you for this new day, its beauty and its light. Thank you for my chance to begin again. Free me from the limitations of yesterday. Today, may I be reborn. May I become more fully a reflection of your radiance. Give me strength and compassion and courage and wisdom. Show me the light in myself and others. May I recognize the good that is available everywhere. May I be this day an instrument of love and healing. Lead me into gentle pastures. Give me deep peace that I might serve you most deeply. Amen. Thank you, Marianne Williams. My name is Eileen. I'm so happy to be your platform assistant this morning, and I welcome you all on behalf of the entire spiritual community here at Unity. We have a video.
I might sing along with this one, even though my voice is
that's
already
your name
on
up
it.
there.
I've seen you as Billy, but now you're also what?
Yes, for years I was doing a Woodstock show under the name Butch R. Baker, and this is a semi-autobiographical song that we recorded in St. Paul. And we're providing. Mama worked hard like the women of her day, just as Rosie had done years before. Sister swore an honest soul on Sunday, wondering what was in store. Now she and Ollie got wild one night, and they threw all the liquor in the lake. My daddy, he worked for the government, never really got a fair shake. Love unbound, where is the love unbound? Love unbound, where is the love unbound? Scott Lloyd Anderson was doing a portrait of the band that day. Brother shipped out in '69. For 2 years he wasn't around. No summer days, no glory nights. He came back to a graveyard town. Now Daddy moved on and we stayed behind, dancing to the radio, trying to figure out just who we were. Never fool enough or wise enough to know. Where is that love unbound? Where is the love unbound? Where is that love unbound? Where is the love unbound? Thank you for singing along. This is one of my favorite parts, the mariachi part. But now we get very serious. Angels sing love, love supreme. Coltrane blows his horn, and Lennon cries out for love, and the answer is all around. When that love unbound, when love unbound, where is that love unbound? Where is the love unbound? This is about my brother who passed away from an aneurysm. Was gone on ahead of us now, my bunkmate in preschool joy. Don't let me down and we'll all get smart. Creative dreamer singing marvelous toy. Now that his love's unbound, there it is, love's unbound. Where is his love unbound? There it is, love is unbound. We miss you, Greg.
was nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Will you join me, please, in Unity's foundational prayer? There is
There's
only one
power,
one presence,
active in the universe and in
my
my life.
God the good,
and
omnipotent. And when we live this principle and really put it in place in our life together, there
We
is only
are a
one power
thriving spiritual community
here to inspire one another to realize God's love.
Centered in the Spirit of God, we see peace, love, and abundance in an awakening world.
And our daily word today for Sunday, August 24th, 2020, is gratitude. The affirmation is, gratitude is my heart's song. Will you say that with me? Gratitude is my heart's song. Gratitude is my heart's natural response when I think of the best life has to offer. But sometimes when I compare my circumstances with someone else's, or when I am distracted by negative thoughts or challenging situation, my closed heart may feel resentment rather than gratitude. I let the first twinge of resentment remind me to return to gratitude. I pause, breathe, and remember the truth of my being. Knowing I am a unique expression of God, I open my heart and realize again the divine presence that is always with me. I mindfully reconnect with the indwelling love, wisdom, life, understanding, and strength, and allness that have helped me grow through even the most challenging experiences of my life. My heart sings with gratitude. And our Bible verse this morning is from Psalm 86, verse 12. I give thanks to you, O Lord my God, with my whole heart. Say the affirmation with me again. Gratitude is my heart's song. Thank you. And now we have a music video. And when that's over with, we will have meditation and talk by Bill Baker.
Hi. Some of you are old enough to recognize the fish cheer, and they're scared right now. This is my sermonizing as Reverend Bill from the Woodstock Show 2015.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. I love Theodore Geisel. I love Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss taught us about differentiating. What's up, what's down, what's funny, what's not. From here to there, from there to here, there's funny things, they're everywhere. I grew up reading that book. I read to my children that book. I read to my grandchildren that book. Tonight, you heard me read to you that book. All I ask is that while we're here differentiating between what's up, what's down, what's funny, what's not, what's sad, what's mad, all that differentiate, don't forget that it's us, not them. We are one. We were born into this world not knowing the difference between you and me. We go out of this world not knowing the difference between what's you and me. Let's bring peace to this world by remembering we're all one. I've got another fish cheer for you tonight. Are you ready for the fish cheer? Then repeat after me. One fish. Two fish. Blue fish. We're all fish. Give me a P. Give me an E. Give me an A. Give me a C. Give me an E. What's that spell? Peace. What's that spell? Peace. What's that spell? Peace.
Oh, Oh, my. I hope I find my pick in time. I did. We're going to get prepared for the meditation here with some little vocal ease. And some of us needed to know what that meant, vocal ease. And that's where we sing without words. We just let our voice carry it. Peace be with you. Where are my cheaters? Oh, right. They're over here. I had a whole other set of cheaters here planning to wear, but you know, it's all good, right? So we're going to talk about a journey now. A journey for the truth. I want you to find that favorite spot of yours, somewhere in a peaceful glen or a backyard pond full of live creatures that you love and adore, or maybe puppies. Whatever it is that you find, go and place yourself there. We're going to talk about quantum physics in our meditation today. Because if you go to look for a quantum particle, it'll be a particle. If you go to look for a quantum wave, it'll be a wave. And these things can entangle one another in distances far, far, far away. The other side of the universe could be doing the very same thought and action that you are. So as you are here in our sanctuary, you are also here in your special place. Take a moment and breathe that in. Let the music come up. Feel the angels around you. Feel the oneness. It's there. special place, and at the same time, you're here with your feet planted in this sanctuary. Now we're going to go on another journey, seeking truth. The water around you is life. It has healing properties. And you may be right now in living water in your special place. But at the same time, we are going to take a journey, a spiritual journey. We're in the deserts of Egypt. We are walking and reading the signs for water. For the tribes have left indications in writing among the cliffs of where the water is. And we are starting to follow, feeling a little bit thirsty with the sun baking down on us. It feels good, but it's starting to feel a little uncomfortable. Getting out of our comfort zone and finding that we need to seek comfort. The sun bakes down. We strive for that comfort. We strive for water, the living force. Walking further down, we see on the cliffside, a little dark, something without light. Cave, maybe? A house, maybe? What could that be? We walk up to it and look inside. It's cool inside there. You can tell that the sun hasn't touched that in years. But there is a light emanating from the far back of this domicile. You now realize that it was a domicile. And the light that's emanating is a small light, but it feels iridescent, like God's light. And so you are drawn to it. And as you come upon it, you realize that it is emanating from a crack in a jar, a clay jar. You open the lid of that jar, and the light spills out. Feel it as if it were the cool water you've been searching for, the living essence of life, the iridescent color of the heart. It is moved through you, passing through you and your heart, and overwhelming joy. Your thirst is slaked. You are at a peace. You're traveling at the speed of thought, the quantum speed of thought. You're back in your special place. Here you are bringing back this love that was impregnated in your heart from the light in the jar. And you are blessing all that is around you, the birds, the rocks, the stones, the trees, the earth, the sky, yourself. Stay there, finding your blessings. of thought, you're back in the sanctuary, feet firmly on the ground, ready to continue our journey into truth. I want to thank you for having me here today. This is a fabulous opportunity for me to realize. I'm getting a little feedback here. It's an opportunity for me to realize a childhood desire, something that I prepared from when I was maybe 14 to now. It's a culmination of my journey to Unity of Ocala. And so I want to thank you and bless you for bringing me here and allowing me to be here to speak to you. Now my journey begins, I was born again in Shreveport, Louisiana. I was visiting my father for that 2-week stay, and he was the deacon in the church, in the Baptist church, and the preacher called, "Come down and heal with Jesus. Come down, come down, come down." And my father looked at me sitting in the pews. And I got up and I walked down and I received Christ as my personal Savior. And I was influenced heavily by the Beatles, heavily by George Harrison, and particularly that image. And I imagined to myself that what would it be like to live in the time of Christ, to walk in his path, to be a disciple of Christ? What would that be like? And that was my yearning. My yearning was to experience Christ as a friend. Now, the good news for modern man that I have up here, how many have read that or seen that? Bruce over there. That is a book, a paperback version of the Bible that was written simply languaged and had stick figures as the characters. Little halo over the figure, a cross, everything. And I lived and breathed out of that because my father and mother were God-fearing. Dad was a Democrat, Mom, Republican. She was MAGA before there was MAGA. She didn't live to see Trump in office. My family thought that Archie Bunker was correct. I was raised in PG County as a bigot. But that was conflicting with all of the teachings of George Harrison, Jesus Christ, John Lennon. All of those influences were in conflict with what my parents and family were drilling into me. I was learning that hell and damnation was my outcome for sinning. That was my guidepost for many, many years. And John and George, they were propelling me in that one direction, and hell and damnation were preparing me in that other direction. And in 8th grade, hi, John. In 8th grade, I met a girl who actually has moved down here to Bellevue, and we'll see her at some point. Her name's Nancy. Nancy invited me to her Lutheran church. And I went and I fell in love with the ceremony. I fell in love with the music. It was a very, Baroque. Most of the hymns were in Baroque style. And I really enjoyed the pastor. The pastor was tall, handsome, in that collar. He was an influence. And I took catechism. I was baptized there, and I became an acolyte. And by his influence, I thought, I'm going to be a Lutheran pastor. That's what I'm going to do. And so in high school, I took Latin, Didn't do much good for me. But I took typing. And boy, has that become. In fact, when I thought about this, as I was typing up my lesson here, I was realizing it was the fruition of what I had begun in 11th grade. Now, up here at the top here, you'll see this record label. That's Michael W. Smith. We got a Michael Smith here, don't we? Yeah, we do. Well, I don't think they're the same, but I'll tell you what. Michael W. Smith was with Reunion Records, and that hell and damnation that I was experiencing, because I left this out of the story. In '79, I was hired by CBS Records, put on a plane for a 14-day party with all the A-list artists, A-list talent, Barbra Streisand, the OJs. Susan Anton rubbed shoulders with me. You could imagine what that does to a young man's mind, living in the hell and damnation world and the sex, drugs, and rock and roll world. And occasionally, God would send me a life preserver. He sent to me this record label. I was to be the national sales manager for Reunion Records. It's a gospel label. It's a Christian label. Based out of Nashville, Tennessee, I interviewed. They said, hey, why don't you go down to Franklin and look for some real estate? That's how sure they were that they were going to hire me. So a week went by. We're at another one of these party conventions, and I hear somebody else got the job, came in after me, and was that much stronger. And I thought, to God, what went wrong? You gave me this. And the only thing that could come back was too much sinning, I guess. But what is truth? Let's take a journey down what is truth. Jesus Christ Superstar was a heavy part of my youth. It was part of my Jesus freak world. And this line by Pilate, but what is truth? Is truth unchanging law? We both have truths. Are mine the same as yours? We're going to come back to this influential record in my life in a moment. Now, some of you may know that I am married to this wonderful woman here in the pews. What you may not know is it took me 4 attempts. Four. The other 3 marriages were the angels that were helping me calm my anger to become a person who is worthy of this angel. She has awoken my spiritual path in the right way. But you see, at one point in time, being a product of the 3 networks plus PBS, I watched a program that totally destroyed. Let's see, REM did a song, Losing My Religion, right? It happened to me. You see, up here in this corner, I've put some early men, early humans. And the PBS special I was watching was something about the early humans. It was a clan. The clan was walking from a tall grassy area through some dirt over into some trees, and it's lightning struck down a stag, and it ricocheted off that stag, and it went over to a woman holding a baby, and they all fell to the earth. And then the man who was leading the clan fixated on the stag, and the group fixated on the stag, and then on the woman. Back to the stag. They watched the last gaping breath leave that stag as the woman and the child revived. And the guy goes, cuts off the head of the stag and wears it on his head. And now he is the medicine man, the holy man of the tribe. The show was insinuating, I hope that's the right word, that man created God. And that was a question for me. Did God create man, or did man create God? So my journey for the truth began with losing my religion. And I had one of the special women in my life. Her name was Susan Margaret. She was a Catholic, and she went to a very progressive Catholic church, very progressive, over in St. Paul. And they probably got in trouble with the diocese quite a bit. But Susan was given special dispensation to attend St. Paul Seminary, to stay on the same track as those young men who were going to take their vows and become priests. But she was not allowed to take the vows. We would have conversations about what she's learning. One of those times she came to me and said, John, Mark, Luke, Matthew, they did not write the Gospels. Wait. Always thought that I would be an apostle. Knew that I would make it if I try. Then when we retire, we can write the Gospels, and they'll all talk about us when we die. They didn't write it. Then who did? Who wrote these Gospels? That was the question then. Now, in continuing, I know I have some glasses. All right. There they are. In continuing my journey, we came upon movies. Do you all remember Cocoon? When the girl in the pool takes off her skin, flies around the pool, and goes, whoop, oops, right through the young man's heart. Kind of like what we did in our meditation, where the light came through and went right through our heart. And then I met Lynn in the Miracles Course webinar, and she began talking about something called the field. Now, we're all Star Wars fans, hopefully, and we do say, may the force be with you. But couldn't we just say, may the field be with you? The 0 point field is the same thing that was written by Lynn McTaggart in a book called The Field. She also wrote something called The Power of 8, where 8 minds together multiply in such a way that things can happen in miraculous forms. Lynn was also teaching this in her book, The Miracle Experiment. Actually, anyone who reads that book becomes part of the experiment, both past, future, and present, reading that book. They're all in a miracle experiment together. This is where time is an illusion. This is where, as long as we believe it and think it, it will be so. So we have to watch what we say. Part of our principles, am I right? Well, enough said about what's brought me to the Unity of Ocala, because obviously you know Lynn, and we moved down here 4 years ago, and became a church member here. But did you know that Thomas Jefferson was also seeking the truth? Thomas Jefferson, flawed as he might be, he would take the writing of Jesus, the sayings of Jesus, out of 4 different Bibles, cut them out, as you see here, and paste them into his own Bible. He wanted to just move the miracles out of the way, get the bio out of the way, and hear what the Master had to say. Seeking the truth. Another truth seeker, the truth is out there. Another truth seeker that I just read about 2 weeks ago, I think. 2 weeks. Marcus Aurelius. Who's familiar? Flawed though he may be, and scholars are absolutely in odds of whether or not he actually persecuted Christians. But what he did do in his time on this earth was put together a book of meditations, and Meditation 26 I thought was worthy of going over with you. When thou art troubled about anything, thou hast forgotten this, that all things happen according to the universal nature. And you have forgotten this, that a man's wrongful act is nothing to thee. And further, thou hast forgotten this, that everything which happens also happens so, and will happen so, and now happens so everywhere. You've forgotten too, how close is the kinship between man and the human race, the whole human race. For it is a community not of little blood or seed, but of intelligence. And thou hast forgotten this too. Every man's intelligence is a God, and is effluxed of the deity. And you have forgotten this, that nothing is a man's own, but that his child and his body and his very soul came from the deity. You have forgotten this, that everything is opinion. And lastly, you have forgotten that every man lives in the present time only, and loses only this. You be friendly down there, would you? Thank you. Do you remember a movie called Stigmata? I was heavily influenced by Stigmata. I wanted to know what that was all about. And it did have Gabriel Byrne as the priest, the father, who was sent. He was very much like that Lutheran pastor that I admired. He was sent to investigate a woman held up in her apartment, writing Aramaic sayings on the wall in red. She was not a scholar. She was supposedly possessed, played by Patricia Arquette, I believe. But what she was writing was Aramaic, and I want to thank Reverend Laurie for giving some exposure to Aramaic language here in our sanctuary. Now, this that she was writing was from the book of Thomas, the Gospel of St. Thomas. Now, the Gospel of Thomas had been hidden, that's an important word, hidden away in the 4th century and uncovered in 1945 as in the archaeological digs of the desert of Nag Hammadi. Along with 40 other writings, some of them were not known at that time. Now, the movie introduced this to the possibility, to me, that that Bible did not hold the whole truth. And then I also learned through Susan, the Nicene Creed that we were saying all the time was a publication of Constantine and the Nicene Council, where they, through every book that didn't have Christ as the deity, out. It was not going to be part of the canon. If it didn't teach the divinity of Christ, it was considered heresy. And persecution ensued. So the Gospel of St. Thomas was hidden with other Gnostic writing. Do you know what the word Gnostic means? Knowledge. And I want you to consider this. We're all of a certain age, pretty much. 1945, the truth is unhidden. Somewhere around 57, it's translated. We, the boomers, are the first generation in millennia to be exposed to this truth. Think of that. This is what was written on the walls of that apartment in the movie in Stegmata. Jesus says, I am the light which is on the all. I heard that in our lesson, something about the all. Allness, absolutely. I am the light which is on the all. I am the all, and the all has gone out from me, and the all has come back to me. This is the one piece that I really, really loved. Split a piece of wood, and I am there. Lift the stone, and you shall find me. Now, if you're like me, you're hearing Jesus Christ Superstar right now. Why waste your breath moaning at the crowd? Nothing can be done to stop the shouting. If every tongue were still, the noise would still continue. The rocks and stones themselves would start to sing. Hosanna, hey, Zanna, Zanna, Zanna. Okay. I thought I'd get you singing. But I have to say that whole piece really rang true with me. So I got it. I understood the quantum spirit of Jesus Christ at that moment. The rest of the 114 sayings that are in the book of Gospel of St. Thomas seem to be disjointed from that, which I understood. They seem to have this nebulous, I can't get my fingers on what is this being said? So, we're going to visit that in just a moment, what's being said. I'm going to give you the keys, which you already have, for understanding the Gospel of St. Thomas. But what and why did the four Gospels have so many sayings similar to the Gospel of St. Thomas? What book came first? What is the chronological order of the books of the Bible? Are they as Constantine depicted? If Matthew, Mark, John, Luke did not write these, then who did? Well, these Gospels were written in the second and third generations of the lives of those disciples, and were compiled by the scholars within that sect. The disciples of disciples, if you will, composed often using what had been referenced as a source document. So that might be why 50% of the Gospel of St. Thomas is used in the other four Gospels. But why is John's Gospel so different? Because John was insisting on what? The divinity of Christ. So let's take a look at the chronological order of the books. They're written up here. Who wrote these? Paul. Right. Paul wrote those, and they were letters to congregations, and they were written in 50 AD. So well within the time of Christ. Just think about that. Mark, the first gospel, around 70 AD. Then we have James, Galatians. Matthew's gospel comes in there. Hebrews and Ephesians. And somewhere Luke and John, around 80, 90, most scholars think. 80, 90 AD. But John's gospel was dismissive of Thomas. He's the one who writes about doubting Thomas. He's casting doubt on the book of Thomas, which what? Was the source of the sayings, the source document. But because it wasn't the divinity of Christ being portrayed, the Gospel of Thomas is just the sayings of Christ. Just as Thomas Jefferson, Thomas, they were both seeking to copy down the words of Christ, the Master. The Gospel of Thomas opens with a prologue, and he said, "Whoever finds the interpretation of these saying will not taste death." Before we go into those other sayings, did you notice it said, and he said? Who is he? Because every other saying in the gospel is Jesus said. He might be, I love his name, I'm going to say it out loud. Didymus Judith Thomas. He wrote down this prologue. And then it goes on to, Jesus said that him who seek not cease seeking until he finds. When he finds, he will become troubled. When he becomes troubled, he will be astonished, and he will reign over all of us. Saying number 5. I love the fact that somebody took the time to write out the numbers of the, it's almost like, Bach, Beethoven, and the Opus 1 and Opus 2, great works. Saying 5, Jesus said, know what is in front of your face, and that which is hidden, that word again, hidden. Know what is in front of your face, and that which is hidden from you will become plain to you. For is nothing hidden which does not become manifest. And he said, the man is like a wise fisherman who cast his net into the sea and drew it up from the sea filled with small fish. Among them, the wise fisherman found a fine, large fish. So he threw all the small fish back into the sea and chose the one large fish without difficulty. Whoever has ears to hear, let him hear. Whew. We have ears. Did you hear the right thing in the story? Because Jesus always talked in parables, and that you may seek the truth within the story. So let's ask, what did the large fish represent? Why did the many fish have no value? Why did the good shepherd leave his flock to find the one that went astray? What did that lost sheep represent? How would God protect the flock? If we believe that God is sharing with us truth through these sayings, the shepherd is trusting God to care for his flock as he seeks the hidden truth. The large, fine fish is the truth, and many fish are the inconsequential compared to the great truth. So finish this with me. It would be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than the rich man to receive the kingdom of heaven. Receive the truth. I thank you for this honor to speak with you. We're going to have a song that I wrote for Easter in 2022. I have to do a little setup here, excuse me. It's great when you have a guitar check, you don't need to do this. Or it just jumps up and does it. So this is as I mentioned, a song, The Captain, written, and Jesus was the captain when I wrote it. But guess who's the captain today? I'm not hearing the music. There it is. The captain sees my future. All alone he sees my past. Distant but still debating, and the seas may calm at last. I want to take the helm, let all my sails go free. For the captain holds the future, I know I'll succeed. Gene, can I have a little more music in the house, please? Thank you. Captain plots the journey, straight away the coast is clear. Sailing for exotic ports and the treasures we hold so dear. Yet I can see the headwinds blowing stronger every day. But the captain's at the helm, and the captain has his way. Oh, I seem to be off course, and I'm struggling to find my true north. All right. Almost. Got cocky at the end. The captain sees the future. All alone at evening bell. In the galley I'll find my supper, and the watch calls all is well. In the morning I'll take the helm, let all my sails blow free. Damn those torpedoes, darling. The captain is me. Damn those torpedoes. The captain is me.
Hit it. Oh, that's right. Sorry, haven't done this for a while. Join me in blessing our tithes. Divine love flowing in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I will, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. Now, the presence of the Lord is in this place. The mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. No children. Let's bless ourselves. We're all children, right? Yeah. All right. Almost. We love you. We appreciate you. We see you loved, guided, and protected, and we empower you to do great things. Whew. Oh, hold on in a minute. Yep. Jim Reed is our chaplain for today. He will be up at the front of the church after service to pray with you or for you if you so desire. There are also some other people with wonderful blue stoles on. If Jim is busy, they'll be happy to pray with you. Speaking of prayers, we do have a wonderful prayer box here. You guys all know about the little slips that are back on the credenza. You put them in the box asking for something or thanking for something. Our chaplains then pray over them for 30 days, and then they are sent off to Unity Village, where they are prayed for 24/7, 30 more days. So it's a lot of praying going on. So please, please help yourself to that. Do we have any first-time visitors today? Yeah, yeah. If you'd like to stand, we would like to give you a blessing. If not, we can do it sitting down. Aw, we love you, we bless you, we see the Christ in you. We love you, we bless you, we behold the Christ in you. We love you, we bless you, we behold the Christ in you. Our usher will bring you a package of information about the church, and you're welcome to please stay after service for coffee and conversation, perhaps even a carb or two. Announcements for this week. This Wednesday's gathering circle will meet at 12:30, and it's a continuation of a class on practical metaphysics, which I am loving to death, by the way. That's where I got the word allness. We're all a part of the allness. Thank you, Eric Butterworth. You are welcome to join us, 12:30 to 2. We have the books available for sale, Practical Metaphysics. Next Sunday, our guest speaker will be blank. It's not filled in. I don't know who it is. I'm sorry. It's a mystery. Next Sunday is the last Sunday of the month, so we'll have the special envelopes available for the building fund, if you'd be so kind to be generous. Our World Day of Prayer is Thursday, September 11th. It's coming up pretty quickly. Anyone who would like to come to the church for a time of prayer, the sanctuary will be open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. There's also a sign-up sheet in the back if you want to sign up for a particular time. And this is on the table here, so I guess we need to know about that. Unity of Citrus County is having a fundraiser cruise February 2026, 5 nights on the Royal Caribbean. Be happy to make a copy of this for you, hang it on the bulletin board. There's contact information here. Sounds like a fun time. Nice to go on cruise with like-minded people. We did that years ago. Remember, Betty Jean? That was so awesome. Okay, are there any other announcements? Yes, Lynn.
As I mentioned last week, Bill and I are going out to lunch, and anyone who wants to join us at the restaurant, we'd love to have you. I have, this is where we're meeting, kind of around noon. I think you can draw your time. Carmen and I are going to sneak out early, run over to the restaurant and tell them that we have a rowdy group of churchgoers who are going to take over the place. If anyone who would like to join, I know I've heard from a lot of you, including new folks, please join us. Could you just raise your hand so we can have a little bit of an idea? Okay, Carmen, count. Give them up for a minute. So I'm guessing at least a dozen-ish. Okay.
Lynn, what is the
We'll just
restaurant?
try, really raise some.
Seafood cellar.
It's what used to be the Blue Highway on Silver
we-
Springs
Okay.
Boulevard.
And
Okay.
we've been there, we really loved it. It's standard seafood fare, not too high pricey, but they just do a little extra. It feels really kind of homemade, really, really good food. So join us.
Thank you, Lynn.
And speaking of next Sunday, it is Live Music Sunday here in the sanctuary. We have our OMG, Ocala Musical Group, performing, and we'll be giving some tribute to the Labor Day weekend as well. So those of you who want to perform, it's an open calling. We have rehearsal here on the Saturday before at 4 p.m. right here in the sanctuary.
Thank you. Are there any other announcements for the good of the church? Thank you. If not, please stand and sing with us the peace song if you are able. Join hands in a big circle, and then we'll say the prayer for protection. This way's better. Yes. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, family all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let this begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. There is peace on earth, and now it begins with me. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Yay, God! Woo-hoo!
I don't think so, I promise.
Russ, every time. I'm out of habit. I'm out of practice. It's just terrible. I don't.
He's gonna have to have you up more often.
I don't know where my mind is. I try to let it just go. Oh, in a way, but something's missing. Something's missing with me. But I love having